Hello, beautiful souls. It's Kerry, and I thought I'd get on and do one of the loving messages of Jesus cards. Just been spending all day looking at myself in the mirror, admiring myself, giving myself lots of self-love, reminding myself of all my achievements, and feeling good. Got my hair cut today. It's been a while. Had about 2 inches taken off. I said 1, but she took 2, so that's okay, because that to me represents the last 2 years, and it's a dark moon tonight because the moon is new at 11:23 a.m. tomorrow, and so that's the point to do your new moon kind of ritual. But there's preparation, always preparation, because out with the old, in with the new. So no point in planting the seeds unless you've prepared the soil. So one of the things I like to do is symbolically use my hair as a way of releasing the past. And so those 2 inches, they're going with stuff that I've been releasing, which has been wonderful, has brought a lot of learning, and so it's all part of the journey. And I want to share with you a couple of pictures that I have of Jesus, which I really love. This one I love this picture. And then there's this other one which is kind of a little spooky. I got this in an op shop. I love op shops. So I'll hold it up so you can see it, but you can't always tell whether his eyes are closed or open, so it can be a little spooky. He kind of looks like a goth Jesus. I'll see if I can do a better job, but yeah, look at that. A little bit spooky. I don't think I'd want to see that at the end of my bed, but then I think it's getting distorted because of the way I'm holding it. So there you go. So many different interesting pictures around, and I was looking at this one, which is of Mary. And in the Catholic Church, we talk about Mary as the mother of Christ, because Christ was born and had a human experience. He came through the body of his mother, who was Mary, and she achieved enlightenment, awakenment, full consciousness. And so she basically, the story is that she was kind of taken up into heaven. So down streaming from her hands is all this light. And as a light worker, people talk about different things that they do to kind of learn energy healing. And my view is you can get as many certificates as you like, but if you're wanting to bring healing, then you also have to call upon the higher powers, and including Jesus and Mary. And so that's part of my tradition. I did a lot of time in prayer groups during my adult years in the church, and also part of that was laying on of hands and healing. And I also did healing for people in my personal life. So it's not about me, it's actually about connecting into the higher realms. So not looking for accolades, just wanting to say this principle of the masculine and the feminine. So the feminine being Mary, the mother of God, and Mary means has a marine water element. So we have the water element with Mary. We also have the earth element, because she's the body that brings through the sacred child. And if you look at astrology, so Virgo is the 6th sign, and Virgo is opposite Pisces. And if you look at those two polarities, we're supposedly coming out of the Piscean age right now, and so we are going through a period of great change. So hold on, because it could get rocky, but you really just have to work out what it is that keeps you strong in your foundation, because if you don't have a foundation, you may sort of find it challenging. So always a good time to connect to your higher power and read the message of the life of Christ and understand it in terms of your own spiritual journey as a soul on the earth, and what the prophecies and the scriptures and the message of Christ, the Gospels, is that we are to be led to the divine through Jesus, that he is the gateway for us to understand the principles. So by example of his life. Okay, so let's see what he has to say to us today. And I'll have to put specs on because, thank you, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And so we have Jesus here sitting, I'll hold it up in a moment, with a beautiful little child. So this is John 14:27. So that's the message for today. Let not your heart be troubled and don't be afraid. Okay? Everything is in hand as it should be. So thanks for listening, lovelies. Remember to do your new moon ritual. It can be as simple as writing a list of what you want coming forward. Now, with it being in Virgo, we want to be quite precise and focusing on things to do with like diet, health, daily routine, service to others, work, and the sorting of things. So if you've got some spring cleaning to do, or if you want to heal something, heal some part of yourself, it's a great time to do that. So you might want to make a commitment during the next month to focus on those areas of life. So I wish you well. It's tomorrow morning, but I actually feel like I need to get a message from Mary, because I'm trying to get this polarity thing going with the masculine and the feminine. And so Jesus is the masculine and Mary is the feminine. And so they were one flesh. He grew inside of her womb. And so they, the principle of God made man, the higher kind of spiritual principle, the solar fire, the solar spark, the embodied soul in a physical vessel having a human experience. And if we don't have a role model for how to navigate the world, oh, how about that? Look what's come up, Mother. All right, so we've had words of comfort from Jesus, and we've got Mother here, and I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. So I feel a little bit guided today by God, by Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, and I hope you enjoyed this message, and there's going to be more to come. I've been operating in the spiritual community for about the last 8 years, and one of the things that I have always wanted to do is to actually share my testimony of the benefits that I've reaped in my life from returning back to the faith. And I know people in the faith might say, well, you do this and you do that, and that's not kosher, but I've reconciled all of that, and I'm still here bringing the message, because we're part of a continuum, and we're now moving into a new period. And really, it's very important that we realize that all our actions have consequences, that our thoughts are things and they have consequences, and they will bring in experiences which we might not want. So be really careful about everything, manifesting consciously, and also sending out as much love as you can, so that you're in that energy. And it can be challenging, so forgive yourself if you sometimes have cranky bum days, but you know, we're all human, and we are all carrying the experiences not just of our own life, but of the lives of those who've come before us. So if you're from a people who have had a lot of trauma in their backgrounds, and there are a variety of those kind of peoples. So I'm from Ireland, so my my countrymen and women were subjected to years and years and years of ongoing stress, torment, torture, starvation, domination, control, colonization, oppression of language, oppression of expression, and so the Irish soul carries this. What your ancestors have experienced is on the DNA, and so it's like a telephone line network. This is my opinion. Other people can have theirs, but it's an energetic one. And so you can still have this open communication there. And you can ask your ancestors to assist you, just like you can ask God and the saints and angels. You can ask them to assist you because they're there, they're watching over, and they may be reincarnating back into this soul family group at some stage in the future, so they want you to get it right. Because there are some circumstances on the earth you wouldn't want to be reincarnating into. And it's really, really important for people to start thinking about that. Anyway, I'm updating my website.